purpose today is to inform my audience, which is you, of the benefits of storytelling to themselves, ourselves, and to our relationships that we create with each other. Storytelling is more than just entertainment at a dinner party, though that is a really important part of it. It's considered to be one of the keys to the human expansion as we know it, and a good story can connect everyone from all around the world in regards to social justice reform and otherwise just divided communities. Stories can even help heal the mind and the soul of those who tell them, and that's really all the power that I want to present to you today about stories. First, we're going to talk about the long history and the evolutionary aspect of stories, and then we're going to talk about how stories unify us and how the information retention part of stories affects us. And then finally, we're going to talk about the health benefits of storytelling for the speaker and the listener. So the importance of stories can be traced back to all the way to Gilgamesh in 2700 to 2500 BC. And it contains the same three functions then as it does now. The first function is to pass on information and knowledge. The second, to educate and encourage the transfer of cumulative wisdom from one generation to the next. And the third is to encourage personal healing and problem solving. These are all the three functions as defined by Margaret Parkin, who is an international trainer and development coach. To get even more research on the benefits of storytelling, an anthropologist named Daniel Smith of University College London led a team to a group called the Akita people, which was a hunter-gatherer group, and they found that, quote, the more good storytellers in a village, the more generous people were. The people in this group were asked to play a resource allocation game in which they had 12 rice tokens, and they were told they could give it either to themselves or to anyone else in the community. It's interesting to note that 50% of the people kept the tokens for themselves. However, quote, with every 1% advantage in the number of good storytellers in a community associated with a 2.2% increase in the amount of rice tokens given away in the game, end quote. This means that, quote, camps with a greater proportion of skilled storytellers were associated with increased levels of cooperation. Of course, this one experiment is not enough to determine if storytellers are subject to more generosity than others, but the researchers have good evidence to say so. These same storytellers were more likely to have sexual partners and more children due to their popularity. The Akita people would even choose storytellers over a more skilled hunter. This meant that the storyteller's popularity gave their children a definitive edge to their survival and success. Furthermore, creating a good narrative has the ability to bring awareness and unite some of the largest groups of people under one common goal and belief. A researcher in China named Xiao Yu found that the personal and localized quality to telling stories, specifically sharing stories with the public, creates a counter-history to the general history around the movement. This was in regards to an LGBTQ community movement towards the UN. Another study published by Nicholas Hamlin shows data that suggests there's a link between a story and a human's willingness to trust and like the storyteller. Hamlin did a study based on oil companies' green initiative. He had his subjects read a story about this oil company's green initiative, and after having read the story, they believed their policies more and trusted the company to be more green. Finally, stories have one more benefit for humankind, which involves mental health and general psychological health. Another study by Genevieve Manel on the benefits of narrative storytelling for Afghanistan women suffering with depression and anxiety based on their experience with gender violence. Many women in safe houses would tell stories that included their lives, their family members, mythical stories or songs. They were true or fictional, but a major key takeaway from the study was that the stories helped the women reshape their identities and understanding of social norms. Lastly, another study by Kate Nurser found that storytelling has been known to help increase patient function and reduce the symptoms they experience, which helps them to feel safe to disclose their illness and struggles, to find their identity, and encourage emotional catharsis on their road to recovery. After understanding the physical, psychological benefits, and evolutionary benefits of storytelling, we can see that it's much more than just entertainment, though the entertainment quality is imperative to gaining all the benefits. In conclusion, storytelling is helpful for our survival and our evolution. It helps us to create trust and unify the masses under one goal and idea, and it physically creates a space for us to heal and develop better mental health and wellness habits. And for my final remarks, I believe the act of storytelling is a deep and wonderful human instinct that benefits our lives and those of our family and friends. The power and desire to tell stories will not change as long as we are human, and could be among one of the very reasons we are human at all. Thank you for your time.